When your children don't respect you, do this instead. 6 powerful ways to regain respect. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you've joined us. This is a space where we talk about living well, staying healthy, and finding joy as we navigate the beautiful, sometimes challenging years of midlife and beyond. Today, I want to dive into something that I know hits close to home for so many of us. What do you do when your children, grown or nearly grown, don't seem to respect you anymore? It's a tough spot to be in, isn't it? You've spent years raising them, sacrificing, teaching them right from wrong, and suddenly it feels like they've forgotten all of that. Maybe they talk back, roll their eyes, or just don't listen like they used to. It stings. I get it. I've been there myself, and I've talked to so many folks, friends, clients, even my own family, who felt the same ache. As a parent, especially in our middle years, we start to wonder, did I do something wrong? Is it too late to fix this? Well, I'm here to tell you, no, it's not too late. And no, this isn't your fault. Relationships evolve, and respect isn't something you demand. It's something you cultivate. Today, I'm sharing 6 powerful, practical ways to regain that respect from your kids, no matter their age. These aren't quick fixes or magic tricks. They're steps rooted in wisdom, patience, and a little bit of tough love. Things we've learned through the years, right? Think of this as a heart-to-heart chat. Like we're sitting down with a cup of coffee or tea, if that's your thing, just talking it out. I'll share stories, examples, and some hard-earned lessons that I've seen work wonders. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a notebook if you like jotting things down, and let's get into it. By the end of this, you'll have a toolbox of ideas to rebuild that connection with your kids. And honestly, with yourself too. Let's start with the first way. 6 powerful ways to regain respect. Way number 1, model the respect you want to see. All right, let's kick things off with something that sounds simple, but isn't always easy. Model the respect you want. You probably heard the saying, kids learn more from what you do than what you say. Well, that doesn't stop when they hit adulthood. It just gets more complicated. If your kids see you treating them, yourself, and others with kindness and dignity, they're more likely to mirror that back. I remember a friend of mine, Linda. She's in her late 50s now. Her daughter, Emily, was in her 20s and had this habit of snapping at her whenever they disagreed. Linda would get frustrated and snap right back, and it turned into this cycle of arguments. One day, Linda decided to change her approach. Instead of reacting, she took a deep breath and said, "Emily, I hear you're upset and I want to understand. Let's talk this out." It didn't fix everything overnight, but over time, Emily softened. Why? Because Linda showed her what respect looks like, even in tough moments. So, try this. Next time your kid says something that stings, pause. Don't lash out. Respond with calm and clarity. Show them you value them, even when they're being difficult. It's not about being a doormat. It's about setting a standard. We're not perfect, and neither are they, but as the wiser ones in the room, we can lead by example. Way number 2, set clear boundaries with love. Now, let's talk about boundaries. This is huge, especially as we get older and our kids think they can walk all over us because mom or dad will just let it slide. Boundaries aren't about punishment. They're about teaching mutual respect. And trust me, you can set them with love. Take my neighbor, Tom, for example. He's 62 and his son, Jake, who's 30, would borrow money constantly and never pay it back. Jake would get defensive if Tom brought up, saying, "You're my dad. You're supposed to help me." Tom felt guilty, but he was also fed up. So he sat Jake down and said, "I love you and I'll always support you, but I'm not an ATM. If you need help, let's make a plan together. But I expect you to keep your word." Jake wasn't happy at first, but he came around when he saw Tom wasn't budging. Now, they actually talk about money like adults. Here's the trick. Be firm but kind. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Maybe it's, "I'm happy to listen, but I won't tolerate yelling." Or, "You're welcome here, but please call before you drop by." It's not about pushing them away. It's about showing them that respect goes both ways. And honestly, it feels good to stand up for yourself too. Way number 3. Listen more than you lecture. Okay, this one's a game changer. Listen more than you lecture. I know. We've got decades of wisdom, and we just want to pour it all out to help them. But here's the thing. When we talk over our kids or jump to advice mode, they tune us out. Listening builds respect because it shows them their voice matters. I had a client, Sarah, who was struggling with her teenage son, Max. He'd stop telling her anything because every time he opened up, she'd launch into a 10-minute sermon about life lessons. She came to me frustrated, saying, "He doesn't respect me." I asked her to try something. Next time Max talked, just listen. No fixing, no preaching, just hear him out. A week later, she called me amazed. Max had vented about school, and instead of lecturing, she said, "That sounds tough. What do you think you'll do?" He opened up more than he had in months. Try it yourself. Next time your kid complains or argues, resist the urge to solve it. Ask a question instead. How do you feel about that? Or what's on your mind? You'll be surprised how much they share and how much closer you feel. Respect grows when they feel heard. Way number 4, let them face consequences. This one might feel hard, especially for us parents who spent years protecting our kids. But hear me out. Let them face consequences. We can't shield them forever, and stepping back shows them you respect their ability to learn, and that you deserve respect too. My cousin, Diane, had a wake-up call with her 25-year-old daughter, Kelly. Kelly would borrow Diane's car, return it with an empty tank, and shrug it off when Diane complained. Diane kept filling it up, grumbling but letting it slide. Finally, she said, "Kelly, I love you, but the car's off limits until you respect it, and me, enough to bring it back with gas." Kelly huffed and puffed, but a week of taking the bus changed her tune. She apologized and hasn't done it since. The point is, don't rescue them from every mistake. If they're rude, don't pretend it's fine. If they borrow and don't return, don't keep lending. Let them feel the weight of their choices. It's not cruel. It's empowering for them and liberating for you. Respect comes when they see you're not just a pushover. Way number 5, share your story, not just your rules. Here's something I've learned over the years. Our kids respect us more when they understand us as people, not just as parents. Share your story, your struggles, your wins, your lessons. It humanizes you and builds a bridge. I'll never forget a conversation with my own son, Mark, when he was in his 20s. He'd been dismissive about my advice, acting like I didn't get his generation. One night, over dinner, I told him about how I'd messed up at his age, quit a job on a whim, lost an apartment, and had to rebuild. I didn't preach. I just shared. His eyes softened, and he said, "I didn't know you went through that." After that, he started asking my opinion more, not less. Try opening up about your life, not to guilt trip them, but to connect. Maybe it's a story about a tough choice you made, or a time you felt disrespected, and how you handled it. Keep it real. Keep it light. They'll see you as someone who's earned wisdom, not just someone barking orders. That's where respect takes root. Way number 6, celebrate their growth, not just your way. Finally, let's wrap this up with something positive. Celebrate their growth, even if it's not how you do things. Our kids are different from us. They've got their own paths. When we cheer them on, they respect us for trusting them. Take my friend James, for instance. He's 60 and his daughter, Mia, decided to quit a stable job to start a small business. James was skeptical. He'd worked the same job for 30 years. But instead of criticizing, he said, "I admire your guts. Tell me how it's going." Mia lit up, and now she calls him for advice, not out of obligation, but because she values the support. Their bond's stronger than ever. Look for chances to say, "I'm proud of you," or "You're figuring this out your way." It doesn't mean you stop guiding them. It means you respect their journey. And when they feel that, they'll turn to you with gratitude, not resentment. That's the kind of respect that lasts. So, there you have it, friends. 6 powerful ways to regain respect when your children don't seem to give anymore. Model respect. Set boundaries. Listen well. Let them face consequences. Share your story and celebrate their growth. These aren't overnight miracles, but they're steps that build something real, something lasting. And isn't that what we want as we move through these middle years? Relationships that feel good, not just for them, but for us too? I'd love to hear from you. What's worked in your own life? Drop a comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. Maybe you've got a story about a time your kid surprised you with respect after you tried something new. Or maybe you're still figuring it out. That's okay too. We're in this together. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It means the world to me, and it keeps us connected for more talks like this. Next time, we'll dive into something else to keep us thriving. Maybe how to stay motivated when life feels heavy. Until then, take care of yourself. You've earned every bit of respect you're working for, not just from your kids, but from yourself too. See you soon.